Two balls and a strike to count on Taylor. Reyes fires, swinging a drive, deep left field. This is way back. Walk the ball. Chris Taylor.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com. My name is Jeff Spiegel, joined today by Daniel Starkand, continuing our conversations through the qualifying offer, through this exclusive rights period. And Daniel, today I want to talk about who I think is probably the most interesting conversation, and that is Tyler Anderson. This is a guy the Dodgers signed for $8 million on a one-year deal last year. He goes on to lead the team in wins above replacement on the pitching side. He was 16th in all of Major League Baseball in that category. I don't think he missed a start despite starting the season in the bullpen. And so let me start with the first question, which is, would you extend a qualifying offer to Tyler Anderson? The dollar value on that is 1 year, $19.65 million. So it's a high dollar number. It's also a low number of years. You're just doing a 1 year deal. If he does sign elsewhere, the Dodgers would receive some draft pick compensation. So where are you at on would you extend a qualifying offer to Tyler Anderson?
I think I'd say yes. I think he's kind of like right on the borderline. They say there's really no such thing as a bad 1 year deal, and that's kind of how I feel about this. Like, yes, the $19 million is probably a little more than he should get. But at the end of the day, it's a 1 year deal. So if he goes out and sucks next year, it's not like you're on the hook for more years after that, So I think it's worth it. I think I would imagine he'd probably still decline it just because he might never be coming off a year this good ever again. So he probably wants to try and cash in on a multi-year deal. But if he were to accept it, I wouldn't be mad. I think Tyler Anderson was incredibly underrated last season. I think you kind of laid it all out. Like he was there ready to start every fifth day. He was giving you quality innings, often, getting deep into games. And we know the current state of this starting rotation. They're going to need arms. So if you could get Tyler Anderson back on a 1 year deal, a little over market value, I think that's fine.
Yeah, look, you hinted at what I think is the key thing here. I think the Walker Buehler injury changed absolutely everything as it came to this negotiation. Because what the Dodgers have is arguably the franchise's best pitcher, who is out for this season but is expected back in 2024. Now, it's possible he pitches in 2023. I'm not expecting that. I don't think the Dodgers should plan for it. So what Anderson on a 1 year deal does is it gives you the perfect stopgap. You get him on 1 year, then he comes off, and then Buehler takes his spot, and you feel good. I'm with you. It seems like a big number. The Athletic is projecting that Anderson would sign a 2 year, $24 million deal, which that seems incredibly low to me. Yeah. If that's what his market is, 1 year at 19.65 sounds awful. Just give him the 2 years at $24 million. And that's actually where I kind of land. I actually think the Dodgers will extend him this offer. And my prediction is they end up signing him to a 2 or 3 year deal with a little bit lower AAV. So it sits in the middle. I don't think the market's going to develop quite as much as he would hope because he's going to have the qualifying offer around his neck. And so if the Dodgers can go out and get him for 3 years at $30 million or 3 years at $34 million, $36 million, somewhere in there, I think I like it. I mean, this is a guy who back-to-back seasons now has basically not missed a start. Again, just 28 starts this year because of where he started, but 167, 178 innings the last 2 years, 2.57 ERA. The expected ERA of 3.1 was very good. Some of the underlying metrics, I know people think his underlying metrics aren't very good. The strikeout percentage, the whiff rate, those are not good. But 98th percentile in average exit velocity, 98th percentile in hard hit rate, 91st percentile in walk rate, 95th percentile in chase rate, 86th percentile in barrel rate. Like, there's a lot of underlying metrics under there that I think lend themselves to how he looks. I mean, it's a little quirky up there, but he gets the job done. The Dodgers unlocked it. And so I know I'm rambling here, but if I'm Anderson, I would want to stay with the Dodgers because they're his best chance for success. They tapped into something that nobody else has tapped into. He's been around long enough to know what makes the Dodgers different. So I think they extend it to him. I think they end up working out a 3 year deal for about $30 to $35 million. Would you be happy if a 3 year deal in the $30 to $36 million range is where this lands?
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. I think that lowers the AAV enough where it takes away, some of the risk. Like if you're getting the season Tyler Anderson just had at around $10 million a year, you'll obviously gladly take that. I think worst case scenario, like he's a guy who could eat innings for you and be like league average as far as, run prevention goes, which, that's not ideal. But if that's, a back of the rotation type guy, I think you'll take it at that price. So, yeah, and I think you made a good point as far as him wanting to stay with the Dodgers. Like, he's a guy who bounced around, a little bit the last few years and then comes to the Dodgers on a 1-year deal and has by far the best year of his career. So I think he definitely sees the value in staying with LA. Who, I don't know how much of a discount that means. Yeah. It'll probably, it depends on who's going to go out there and throw him a big offer, if anyone at all. So I guess we'll have to see. But if in your scenario where they hand him the qualifying offer and then kind of negotiate with him right away, maybe he doesn't even get the opportunity to go talk to any other teams if the Dodgers give him, an offer of his liking. So I would definitely be interested in him, whether, a 1-year deal for the qualifying offer or a 2 or 3 year deal, at a smaller AAV.
Yeah, again, I just look at a guy who has pitched in Colorado, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, and Seattle. Then he comes to the Dodgers, has the career year at the age that he is at. I'm just looking at a guy, 32 years old, going to turn 33 before next season. I think sometimes we undervalue a guy like that, looking around and saying, could I make a little bit more elsewhere? Yes. But is this the place that's going to give me the greatest chance for personal and team success? Unequivocally, yes. Why not just stick around in a place that has given, in some ways is responsible for the big contract that you're going to be receiving next? So that's my prediction. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Would you extend Tyler Anderson a qualifying offer? Would you be mad if he accepts it? And I'll add a third one. Would you be okay with 3 years at about $33 million for Anderson as where this settles? That's Daniel Starkand. My name's Jeff Spiegel. As always, we appreciate you joining us. Check out our podcast, Blue Wire Podcast, anywhere you get your podcast. Just search for Dodger Heads. Enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, go Dodgers.